You said vocalizing a lot of this that's on your mind. Are you saying more of that with regard to your teammates or maybe the people around the organization that are making decisions?
Everybody.
That was last week, Devin Booker. Vocal with everybody. Mm-hmm. And now with the Mike Budenholzer situation taken care of, a lot of light shining on that particular report and the fractured relationship Devin Booker had with Mike Budenholzer. And look, Devin Booker's never really struck anybody as difficult to get along with from a coaching standpoint, from a teammate standpoint. So that's another indictment of just how bad a fit Mike Budenholzer was for this team. But yeah, Booker is right now. The plan is for him to be the centerpiece of this team moving forward.
That's right.
With Kevin Durant moving on, and in some capacity, some way, somehow, Bradley Beal moving on.
Right.
You mentioned the financial ramifications. He's eligible for another $149 million contract extension this summer. I think that's a no-brainer that the Suns reward him with that.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it all mean? And what is going to be around Devin Booker? And I think there's got to be, Devin Booker talked about being more vocal.
Mm-hmm.
He talked last week about things that he feels that he needs to improve on as an NBA player.
I don't think I shot the ball well this year. Just win games, at all costs, try and power my will on, on the other team and, my teammates at the same time, being a leader, using my voice more. Pretty much everything when you fall this short.
Now, Devin Booker has to be, the viewpoint is he's going to be the center point. He has to take that role on himself.
Yes.
Because Devin Booker early in his career got the label, and it was highly unfair. He was an empty calorie stats guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't have anybody on the team that was really capable of aiding the winning process. He went through a period of his career, 4 to 5 years, where he had players that helped win or ideally could help him win. It's not like Devin Booker's not going to have any help. The help is going to be different. Is he capable of being the guy?
That's the question.
That is one of the big burning questions.
That's the big question. So I referenced this story yesterday, and to make my thoughts clear on the matter, I am perfectly fine with this pivot and reload approach because I believe Devin Booker is going to approach this offseason the way he approached the first 8 off seasons of his NBA career, hell-bent on getting better. And I hope that I'm right about this, and I hope that as a player, he hasn't already peaked. But there are people who disagree with this. Sam Quinn and CBS Sports headline, "The Suns need to trade Devin Booker, and they're lying to themselves if they keep pretending otherwise." And his point basically is, and he throws all these advanced analytics and statistics at how he's dropped and how he ranks 80th in win shares per 48 minutes and never is ranked higher than 18. And he lists a bunch of these things, and he's painting a picture that Devin Booker isn't that guy anymore. And it's fair to say that when you back it up with numbers like this, but at the same time, as Suns fans, I think we're much more comfortable with this as our next shot than burning the whole thing down.
Yeah, and this might be a two-pronged thing. I mean, this contract extension could come this year. Devin Booker was asked last week, too, was this season so bad that it makes you want to get away from the sport for a while? Which I think is a fair question because this thing went horribly awry. And he was kind of incredulous at the question and said, no, I'm not getting away from the sport. I love the sport. No, I'm going to do exactly what I've always done. It's going to change because he has to feel affected by the history. And he said it very clearly a couple weeks ago. I never thought I would be in this situation again. And he shouldn't be in this situation. But how much does that weigh on him moving forward, or how much does it fuel him? That's kind of the fork in the road for Devin Booker. And I still have faith, and I'll read that piece from Sam Quinn, and it's hard to deny the analytics that are attached to those things, but I still have faith in Devin Booker that he can be the man.
So do I.
And I might be completely wrong on that. And
he hasn't shown that.
This might be a two-pronged thing where they do this year and then realize next offseason, okay, or Devin Booker might have that realization. Gave it a go, I got to go somewhere else if I
Right.
want to accomplish my goal of winning a championship.
After he gets a super max.
Yes.
And again, let's not be naive here. This is part of why I'm sure a return to Phoenix is much more palatable to him.
Yes.
Because this is, as I've said repeatedly, this is something that Luka Doncic didn't get. So it's going to be incumbent on Booker to play to that level. All but 3 of the NBA champions crowned in the 2000s, so 25 years, have either employed a reigning or a former MVP winner. Devin Booker has one 4th place finish to his name. So he's going to have to take a step up in class and get back to being that guy.
I mean, we don't know that he is good enough to overcome a bad situation, because so far he's shown that when he sort of adapts to the situation that's around him throughout his career.
But the thing is, there's like 4 dudes in the NBA that can do that.
I know, but what is his ceiling? That's what we still don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not quite a clean slate. It feels like it's going to be close to a clean slate, and maybe that reinvigorates him, because I think Devin Booker was dragged down from day one this year. I think it happened.
I think so too.
Very early, and he was very discouraged with the situation, because we talked about it early in the season, Vic. He just didn't seem like the same guy, let alone player.
He didn't. And so, and that is why I'm taking solace in the words that have come out of his mouth. He sounds serious. He sounds like, okay, I get it. All of this has led to this moment now where I'm going to have to do this. It's not going to be Kevin Durant. It's not going to be Chris Paul. It's going to be Devin Booker that's going to have to lift this team. So Devin Booker is going to have to go back to being a fringe top 10 player in the league, which he is not at the moment. He's probably 15th at best.
I think that's fair, based on performance and results.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.